Hello, my name is Rara Taro. That's Raratarot, and I have a very passionate interest in tarot. I love to discuss it. I love studying it. I love doing readings. I also have a gig on Fiverr.com with two R's, so that's Fiverr with two R's.com slash Rarataro, and that's spelled Rarataro. It's a very inexpensive gig, but I give quality, in-depth reading, depending on how you order it. All of my gigs are quality based, but very inexpensive. In the meantime, I've been here on YouTube doing lots of free readings and analysis on readings. So whether you want me to do a free reading on public here on YouTube and I can protect your name, or I could do an analysis whether you are a tarot reader that got stuck during a reading you did for a client and need more clarification or insight, or you are a client that received a reading you weren't quite happy with, or you feel stuck onto, or you're not sure, or you're still confused and need more insight. I'm here for you for those things. Hit me up if you're interested in any of that. I can help you out here on YouTube. Also, you can get a reading at a low cost on my Fiverr gig, so check that out too. So this I have here going on is the Aquarian who did a reading on herself, and it actually started out as a one card reading. Me personally, if you haven't picked up by now, my favorite readings are 3-card readings. They're quick, they give a lot of insight in a short amount of time, in my opinion. And even on top of that, if you still need more clarification, you can always ask for further clarification with additional cards. 1-card readings to me can be so broad, and it leaves you up to a lot of it leaves a lot open. It leaves a lot open and up in the air for interpretation, and sometimes I'm not always happy with that, especially if I'm reading for a client and not just by myself. But it's pretty good though for if you're doing if you want very concise answers or yes or no answers. And of course, again, you can always get that second card if you need further clarification. But more and more people are starting to do like 6-card readings and so forth for their 1-card answers even. But it's up to you and what style you prefer and what you request. But I decided, just for some flexibility and to show I don't only do 3-card readings, if you have a preference for another style of reading, I can do it. My favorite is a 3-card reading, but we're gonna look at this 1-card reading today. So the client did a reading on herself, and she basically wanted some insight on a matter that took place with a friend on Facebook who out of nowhere deleted her a month ago and then returned and added her back. Her insight in the situation tells her that the friend probably was told by someone else to delete her, and she just went and did it. No closure, no discussion or anything, but she feels that that person probably just simply had a negative hold on this friend who deleted her. So she wants to know why this friend added her back, and this is the card that came up, the reversed Hangman. So I found that intriguing because usually the Hangman in its normal position speaks of someone with a lot of passive energy, a lack of action, not necessarily indecision all the time, but just their hands are tied. Sometimes their hands are tied beyond their control, or there's an unwillingness to take action on a situation. And sometimes it suits the person not to take action, sometimes it doesn't. When it does come up, when it's sort of, because there are other cards in a tarot that assumes that kind of stance or a similar stance. Usually when a major arcana comes up in that kind of role, it usually suggests the situation is out of the person's hands, or it suits them not to take action at this time. The more that they assume a passive role, the more they are likely to receive the answers they need in order to act. In this situation, we're seeing, I can imagine that this girl, or whoever it was, the friend that deleted this querent and has now added her back. And during the deletion, as she suggests, somebody was controlling that process by telling her to delete the querent. And then we see the acts of the hangman where she just did it, figuring that she would probably please all parties involved. Probably she was feeling she would please this person who told her to delete the person, and she probably figured that this querent would not notice that she was deleted off her Facebook, and probably the querent wouldn't ask questions, and probably even notice. Well, the querent did notice, obviously. Anyway, the point is, the hangman in the reverse position, he's now upright, which means that he's in control of his actions now. He can take a more dominant role. He has the ability to act, and this is what we're seeing reflected with his friend who deleted the querent. She can now take action, keywords to act. That is what we're seeing here with this reverse hangman. So it could be that she received new refreshing insight on the situation with the querent, or about the friend that told her to delete the querent, and she's now able to act on this information. Or it could just be that she developed a backbone and is now learning how to control her relationships and interactions. So the querent picked up another card which would give further clarification and insight on this hangman, whether it's going to support it or what. So, and it's a reverse hangman, of course. So we see the Two of Wands coming up here as that clarifying card, and it pretty much cements the reverse hangman's position. In the Two of Wands, we see a more dominant, assertive energy. This person is willing to take action. This person has a stronger handle or control over their own interactions with people. It is two. This is a 2 in this card here. So we're seeing that energy come out of more balance, more give and take. So whereas it was a lot more passive energy, where the individual had her hands tied, wasn't willing to take control of the situation, wasn't willing to or unable to, and was just going with the flow, so to speak. So just being passive by deleting this querent and not confronting the querent or the person who asked her to delete the querent in the first place. Now that has changed. She's taken action. She's taken control of her friendships again. We see that by the reverse hangman, who is now giving her that power to act again. And that is cemented by this Two of Wands energy. That is a more assertive, dominant energy. This person takes charge of their life, take charge of their interactions, their relationships, their friendships. This is playing out now. And then of course the 2 in this card, which reflects that give and take. More give and take is happening. So not only is this person taking a more assertive role in handling their friendships, and interactions and so forth, but now we're going to see how the friendship or current interaction between the querent and this friend who had deleted her is now going to become more even, more fair, more balanced. This friend is going to be more giving or more forthcoming in interactions, communication, and how they handle situations in this friendship or interaction that they have. So that's all I have to say on the matter. Let me know if you need me to do any clarification or any analysis of a reading you did or received. Also, again, I have my gig on Fiverr with 2rs.com/Rarataro, which is RARATAROT. Thank you very much, and you have a great day. I look forward to coming back here with more readings. And I also do public readings. If you want me to do one for you, let me know. Thank you. Bye.